Welcome in. It is day 112, and you're speaking to the Meeples Champion. And it is October 30th, the eve of Halloween. And tonight we are going to be talking about another, well, not exactly a board game. We're actually going to be going a little outside of that, going into a different direction, something that's been up above my head for quite some time, but we've moved it down below. Something I really want to talk about, despite not really getting the game out yet. That game is the Alien RPG game. Now, for those of you who have ever played a D&D or anything like that, you will know that, this is a lot more imagination. It's a lot more about, having people who are willing to sit there and listen to a story and just kind of walk through a story. This is kind of that, but it is different. Now, I invested in a bunch of pieces. I've just been waiting for the right group and enough time, because this is not something you do for a regular game night. You need a longer night for it. The Alien RPG was put together where there is a lot of stuff that you use when you're playing. You have your character cards. You have secret objectives that everybody's given. You have secret character recognizing, meaning, hey, you're a human, or you're a member of the corporation, or you're a robot. You might have the objective of simply getting home, or getting something back to the corporation, or killing all the other humans. Then you also have multiple locations. You can be in the ship, or you can be back on Earth on a town. And you literally get these huge blueprints. So when you're playing, you literally can look at the blueprint and have an idea as to everything that's available to you and where you want to go. You are in a situation of, instead of the dungeon master alone rolling dice, you all get to roll dice. However, as you make decisions, you earn stress dice. So what that means is that you have your dice that you roll for whatever it is you're rolling for during the game that are black. But as you earn the stress dice, these have little face hugger symbols on them. Meaning now you've earned the opportunity that as you get more and more stressed, the possibility of causing an encounter increases. This is a game that is all about story and atmosphere. So it's up to how much you want to put into this game. For me, I have it set up at my basement that if I want to, I can turn off all the different above lights and get down to a single light. I've checked out online and found a 4-hour background music of the classic Alien sound. I'm setting it up so that we can have a truly engulfing thematic night. However, I do not want to be the GM. I want to play the game. So I'm trying to find a group, and I'm trying to find somebody who will GM the game for me. Because even though I'm a storyteller and I like to tell stories, not when I'm playing a game. I want to be the one in the story. I don't want to be the one telling the story. Well, we're going to jump right into this. We're going to talk about our 7 categories and see how a game like this, totally different than what I normally review, matches up. The art of this game is good. It really is. You're in a dark, scary, thematic feeling game. This is just simply the DM board. So you've got, this type of setup. If you turn it around, it gives you all of your possibilities for what the DM, the Dungeon Master can do. So if they want to set this up and get themselves really involved like this, there they go, and they're fine. We also have our cards. We have our box that has the scenario we're going to play. We have our huge rule book in case of wanting to get really diving in deep. We got our dice. We've got our cards for our characters, for our guns, for our items. I think the art is very well done, and it's perfect for this scenario. Thumbs up. The components are fantastic. As I said, this is a really top-notch DM board. These cards are really well done. There's not a lot of them, but they made sure to invest in a way to make sure these cards are going to not wear or tear easily. Great dice, and The maps for this are set up so that you can truly like unravel this huge table-sized blueprint and follow through. I think that they did a great job. The components are really good. Thumbs up. The price is difficult. I mean, you're talking about when you go through all of this, I'm probably got just to have the rule book, the scenario book, the screen, the dice, and the cards, north of $200. This isn't cheap. Now, you don't need everything. You don't need the DM board. You don't need the cards. You just need the scenario and you need the dice. I would assume you also need the big rule book, but maybe you don't. Maybe that's just additional and I went overboard. But just with those, you're still talking about closing in on $100. So to me, it's too expensive. It has to be a thumbs down. Difficulty again. Now this is where we have to compare. Are you talking about a normal group of, people who play D&D? Or are you talking about me and people like me who play board games? I don't play D&D. I tried it when I was in high school. There was a D&D club in high school that a teacher ran. I went to it a couple times and it was fine. It just wasn't my style. And for me, this is exactly the theme that if I'm going to do D&D, I want an alien to be what I do for it. However, in order for that to work, you truly have to be able to go from a regular game like this to this and feel like you can just go in and play. Do I feel overwhelmed by the game itself? No, but that having a dungeon master, that DM role is essential. You can't play without it. And that is not a simple role. And for me, that's not a role I want to do because it not only takes me out of the game, but it's a lot of work. So that, you need an expert to be doing that. And that's an expert only. You can't really play this game without an expert in that role. And to get an expert there and not have experts everywhere else, you're running into an issue there. I think the difficulty is cornered. I've had this game for 2 years now and I haven't been able to get it to the table because I want at least 4 players and I want a DM. It's 5 people. I need an expert and I need 4 people that are going to be able to play a good enough game the expert feels like it's worth their time. So you're talking about at least experienced players across the board. Probably at least a couple experts. And I'm not going to be either of those because for this is an all new world for me. It's not easy. It's got to be a thumbs down on that difficulty. Replayability is, this game is meant to be played in long sessions. And you're looking to do this in some kind of a preset, this is what we want to do orientation. Meaning, hey, we're going to get together Saturday nights for 4 hours every week, or every other week, or once a month. Whatever it is, you have to set that up and then be prepared because this may take you a while. Now, I believe there are shorter and longer type of scenarios to run through, so you might be able to do a 4-hour night and finish off a game. But the likelihood is if you really want to experience the game, you're going to need to do one of those that might take 4 or 5 sessions. And if that's the case, that replayability is kind of built in. You just have to make sure your group presets it. So I'm going to give it the thumbs up because I think that when you get this to the table, the whole point is it's a long night and it's a preset amount of nights. Those keys to victory are, again, it's all up to what that randomness is of what you were given. Are you a human? Are you a member of the corporation? Are you a robot? Are you trying to kill the other humans? You might be a robot and you're totally good, but nobody trusts you because the game told you were supposed to keep it secret at the beginning. Or you might be a human and everybody trusts you because there's a robot on the team and it turns out you're the one that's going to try to kill everybody. You never know. And that gives so many kinds of keys to victory out there. That's the exciting thing, is that you're never 100% sure what's going on around you. But there's nothing that's guaranteed going to happen. And there's nothing that guaranteed is going to win or lose it for you. So, thumbs up there. The unique factor of this game is that it kind of blends 2 different aspects. It's the DMing/D&D side, and it's the alien scary side. Is this unique? I would have said no. I would have said, nah, you can either play one of the Alien games or you can play a Dungeons & Dragons game and you're going to get with this. But the reason I'm going to give this unique is those dice. Those stress dice is not something I've ever heard of in any other type of game, and it takes the D&D type aspect of this with the Alien theme plastered on it, and it truly makes it feel different. I bought all of this because I met the creator, or if not the creator, then somebody very high up at a PAX East just before COVID hit, and I thought it looked great. And so I put it on my Christmas gift, and I got the rule book for Christmas from my brother-in-law. And then I decided, okay, well, I got to invest in some more items. I want to get this put together. I haven't had a chance to get it to the table, but I'm super excited for when that happens because there's nothing that I've seen that truly looks like this. This looks like something that's going to be a fun, 100% unique, never really able to replicate it if not playing this game type of game. And for that, it's a huge thumbs up. So overall, what do I think? I think that this game is totally worthwhile to be in a collection, but it is not worth the money to do so. And it's a lot of time commitment, top-level player commitment. In my opinion, if you see, whether it be online, your local library, groups nearby, whatever it may be that you can find, a way to get in and play this game, do it. But don't invest the money. I invested a lot of money in it. I'm not ashamed that I put the money in it. I'm not upset that I put the money into it. I'm excited for the day that I can host something because none of my friends have it. But I understand that this could sit on my shelf for years and years before that happens. I think it's better to let somebody else do that. You should just focus on, is it a game that grabs your interest? And if it is there a way for you to find a way to get into a group that'll do it? Go watch some how to plays. Go learn it enough so that you're not a complete novice going in. And maybe you'll have an opportunity that they'll say, well, here's the expert DM. They're looking for experts, but you know what? You've watched enough videos and you know games well enough that they give you the experience title check mark and they say, we'll let you in. So, but that's just my opinion. It's up to you to get out there, see if you can get this game to the table and see what your opinion is. Well, it has been day 112. We've been speaking about the Alien RPG, and you've been speaking to the Meeples Champion. Like, share, subscribe, and check down below in the description. I'll toss in a few different Amazon links for the different possible pieces to this that are still available on Amazon today. Until next time, I'll talk to you tomorrow.